on the building. It's a true foundation. I'm holding up the blood. I'm working on the building. It's a true foundation. I'm holding up the blood. I'm working on the building. It's a true foundation. I'm holding up the blood.
It just made me think about God literally gave us the instructions for both. When it comes to the children, he said train them up.
Correct.
So when it comes to when I think of training, I think more of the authoritative aspect. You know what I mean? But also, as a trainer, I'm training someone, I wouldn't go to a personal trainer that's not in shape.
Solid.
You know what I mean?
Solid.
Because, I want to see if you're actually doing what you're teaching. You know what I mean? So in for the wife aspect, what did God tell us to do? Love our wives.
Love your wives.
You know what I mean? Like Christ loved the church. And I see more of an influence aspect on that. But I would say you lead with influence, but there is an authoritative part to it because God gave us the order of how a family should look too. Like he literally said, this is how it's going. Jesus first, the man, the woman, and the children.
Correct.
Now, where the problem come in is the man submitting to Christ first.
That's it. I was about to say.
Is the man submitting to his authority? Because if the man is not submitting to his authority, then the woman won't submit to her authority.
And your authority is under the influence of God.
Yes.
Right.
So,
So that's the important part. Are you following his example? You know what I mean? Goes back to, Yep. So, yeah. What do you?
I feel like it's very situational, right? I think that there are times where there needs to be an authority to make decisions and to follow through and to make sure that things are happening in a structured way, right? Because without the authority, there could be a lack of structure, right?
Very true.
And there needs to be structure for things to play out in an effective way. But I think that there's also the influence and there's also love and kindness and tenderness that has to be enmeshed within that relationship as well, right? So I think it can be very situational.
I mean, to your point, I believe that all of those things build up for the moments when the other things cannot be present.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like you're building up, like, we talked about trust. You're building up that safety, that emotional equity, that relational equity within a relationship and or marriage.
Right.
For the moments when it has to be cut and dry and you have to say this is what it is. Like if you're saying this is what it is all the time, that's a very cold household.
Listen.
But if like you said, like when the situation comes and it's dire and you have to just be this, it's like, okay, like I know you mean well because you're not like this all the time every day.
Right.
Like that's where the understanding component comes in for me.
Right. And also understanding that there is value in their opinions, right? Like
absolutely.
I may be the person who makes the final decision, but I'm also going to take counsel. You know what I mean? 100%. From my partner or my spouse who is going to look at things from a different perspective, look at things from a different angle. And then with the combined knowledge of what I know and believe, what she's been able to give me from her perspective, now I can take all of those things and make the best decision for us as a unit. Because it's not my decision. It's everything is now ours. You know what I'm saying? So I can't make a decision based on what I want. I have to make a decision based on what's best for our family.
Right.
No matter what that looks like. I mean, so
just to address a couple comments, I know we are buffering a little bit, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We're working on that, trying to get that set for you. And a couple people said we were frozen and they couldn't hear. Sorry for that. We're going to try to get that up and going for you guys. But my brother said in his comment, Mathis Daniels, he said, a woman will follow a man when she feels protected in every decision we make as a man. So that's good feedback right there.
Yeah, I like the word. I like the word in conjunction, like protected in your decision making.
Yeah.
Like, because that goes back to what you said about like just considering everyone. Like, it's like that's something to be said about being in a position of authority. You're not just looking out for self.
Right.
You're looking out for who you have authority over.
Right.
And just because you're in a position of authority doesn't mean that you're always right 100%
Correct.
of the time, right?
Sure.
I think the value comes in and the transparency comes in when you can admit that, hey, I didn't make the right decision, or this wasn't the best thing, or I need other people's opinions to help me decide to make the best decision for everyone involved, especially as a leader, right? Because we can always defer to other people or delegate to other people, but if we trust these people enough to give them positions in our life or in our organization that brings value, if we don't listen to that, then there's no equity, and then those people aren't going to feel comfortable bringing those things to you if you're never listening to what you're saying, because you have ultimate authority, right?
Yes, sir.
I think when it comes to marriage sometimes, though, I think it's important for us to be a team.
Yes.
Right?
100%.
And I think that's where, just because I'm the man in the house, there's things my wife got authority over.
100%.
Absolutely.
Point blank, period. And if she say this is what it is, I'm rocking with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because first of all, that was a part of the negotiation when we put this to the table. These are the things you're great at. You know what I mean? So I'm trusting you in these areas. You know what I mean? So she has authority in those areas. Not saying that my input doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But then there's sometimes we have to, the coach got to call the play sometime. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I think, but that's when she will defer and be like, okay, I'm trusting in you. You know what I mean? So I think it's important to know that when it comes to the marriage, it's a team effort, and our goal is to succeed together.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's the goal, but it don't always work like that. I think where some marriages clashes where those roles are not defined, and the power. I don't want to even say roles, because I'm not a fan of roles. I'm not a fan of roles. In my house, it's more like, if it need to get done, let's do it. Whoever it is.
Solid.
If the trash, and like one thing my wife won't do is take out the trash, which I ain't got a problem with that, because I don't expect her to. But if the dishes need to get clean, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like if so it's more of a team effort. But that shows a level of influence. But I think it also shows humbling yourself is actually giving somebody else authority. So how would I word it? One of the biggest influences is giving somebody else the authority.
Right. You know what I mean? And even going with the team analogy, right? Like the quarterback doesn't punt the ball, right? And there's value in each one of those things. If we haven't made it to the point where we can get a first down, right? On fourth down, there's no point for me to have the quarterback in the game when I need to flip the field, right? Now the value comes into the punter, who can cough and kick in the corner and drop the ball at the 2-yard line, right? Like that's valuable,
right?
You know what I'm saying? If my offense is struggling and I need somebody to flip the field so our defense can have more space, you know what I'm saying, on the field to stop the offense, right? Like that becomes valuable, right? So every position is valuable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Amber said, let's go to our comments real quick. Amber said, God gives each person gifts and insight for the family. When both are valued, it's a beautiful thing. I love that. And then my wife made a comment on here. I took the trash out when you went on the retreat.
Right, let them know. Let the record show.
She said, I took the trash out when you went on the retreat. But yeah, all right, that's good. That's
only
good.
because you weren't present.
Yep.
Appreciate you, Helen, for taking the trash out.
That's
getting things done out here. Yes, sir. That's dope.
But I was gonna go along with that sports analogy because I like that. Because if we're talking football, there's multiple coaches on a football team.
Yeah,
like it's not just one coach. There's a head coach, but there's also a defensive coordinator. There's an offensive coordinator. And these people work together in tangent to make sure we can put each other in the best position. Yeah, because they all want to win essentially, and understanding that we all want to get to a place will help when you can kind of look at it from that lens of we're all trying to get to our goal. So yeah, that's dope. I like that analogy.
Made me think about LeBron though.
Hey, listen,
right? It don't work the same in basketball.
It don't, right?
Like I was about to say,
go ahead, break it down, because I was looking at
just being different. A basketball fan. It's
not really a team game no more.
No, I wouldn't even say that.
I think the more of the business side gets into it. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, when I look at football, I can relate what you said about football to like a family.
Right.
I can relate what you said about football to a church.
Yep.
Right.
I can relate that to a job.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of bosses and underbosses,
Yep.
for lack of better words. But like, yo, like it took a while for us to like even know who else was on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
In a basketball team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the head coach is the head coach.
Yeah.
Right.
At least from optics standpoint.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, like, if we were gonna relate that to family, I'd probably put it in more of a toxic space and be like, yo, that's a lot of ego.
It is.
To have to be solely viewed as the person that has all
the control,
all the authority, all the influence. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's tough, like even a coach, like,
because you do need help regardless.
Yeah.
No matter what. Everybody needs help. Like the person that swears they have it all covered is delegating something and getting some help.
Yep.
So it's like, yo, disrespect the fact that we're a unit.
It's tough. I think about basketball too. It's like, because it can be hard sometimes because it's such a it's a team sport, but it's more individual because it's only 5 people on the court at the time. But it's tough when you have a star that's really good, like a LeBron. It's hard to coach that because he's gonna have more influence than what I'm saying.
but that's
Okay,
the
so
whole.
what do you
there it
so
is.
what do you do?
Right.
So what do you do when you have authority and someone under you, their influence is so strong that it overpowers the person in position of authority?
The first thing I would probably do is talk to the person of influence.
Right.
And try to reason with them, hey, our goal is the same.
Right.
I need you to I'm trying to influence them to buy in to what I'm trying to coach. Now, if that person doesn't buy in, then it's going to be a lot harder, but that would be my first approach.
So what gets tough in that example, and I'm not trying to knock LeBron.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Celtics fan, so
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when we talk about do you want to win or do you want to win your way?
Ooh, good question.
And you have to ask both people that.
Right.
Because if we use the example, LeBron has been the most influential on lots of rosters, and sometimes someone technically had authority over him and they didn't agree and that person lost their job.
Job. Right.
It is
That is
tough.
very true.
It is a tough place to be in if you have the authority and the other person is swimming in influence and you can't rein that in. I think for me, I'd probably go heavy on the authoritative position. If you're not going to win the influence battle and you're the one who's in the right, you have the authorization to do the certain things. I think you have to pull that card that I'm the authoritative figure. And it's going to be tough because there's no, like, all right, I'm playing 2K right now. 2K, one of the cut scenes is you miss a practice. You're late to a practice. So that you're the star of the team, though. The coach sits you the whole game.
How many mom said?
So she said, my mom said, a smart woman is really in control. Don't want to use word manipulation, but similar.
The power of influence.
Yes.
I think that goes back to the power of influence.
Yeah.
I believe that, I think we talked about, like the man being the leader in the household or whatever the case may be and dictating certain things, but we talked about wives, dictating the emotional temperament of the household. And, that would be the power of influence.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the term happy wife, happy life.
No.
I'm not.
I like happy spouse, happy house.
Exactly.
Right.
Just because it has like mutual beneficial elements to it for both parties involved.
Right.
And it doesn't take away. It just makes sure everyone's
It just
included.
adds. Right.
Right.
But I say that
It's an enhancement.
that's all.
I like
little upgrade. But I say that I say this. I think what she said is very important.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, yo, I don't know a guy that that loves making his wife unhappy.
Right.
No.
Not a smart one.
You know, there we go.
Listen.
Not a smart one.
I've been
but
in-
also, I think
I was about to
that
say.
women have the ability to not manipulate, but speak in a way or communicate in a way that resonates with their person.
Correct.
Right?
That's what I mean
like
about
the
influence.
masculine and the feminine attract.
Yeah.
Right? But there's also good tension. It could be like sexual tension, or there could be tension that's like argument and strife, right?
Yeah.
But within that, if a woman really operates in her feminine, it's not manipulation. It's speaking to a man in a language that he's knows, understands, and respects.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, my wife can tell me something that I don't want to hear, but if she addresses me in a feminine way, it hits different than if she's in a masculine tone trying to bark at me like she's a dude.
It's disarming.
Bro, I seen this
disarming.
I seen this this TikTok, and I sent it to my wife because it's so true. It was just like this. It said, the girl said to the husband, I've been washing dishes all day and you ain't helped me. Dude was like, I'm not helping you. Then the next
it
scene,
would be nice if you would.
then, honey, can you help me do this dishes? I gotta cook the food. Of course I'll do it. You know what I mean? Right. And how true is that?
Unfortunately, I think the way men's brains are wired subconsciously, like if we feel a certain type of energy, we get oppositional to it.
Yeah.
It's defensive.
So like the defense mechanism kicks in, and like there's a certain level of vulnerability and or softness that comes with the feminine approach.
Yeah.
Right.
That like just kind of like
disarms.
if you shout out to you having green on. If you're Hulk, like it makes you shrink.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean.
Right,
Like it really tames all of the anger within you.
Yeah,
and just puts you right in place.
Sure.
Yep.
Well, I think it's just because that's kind of how we grew up. Just kind of like, because if somebody talks to you like that, it's disrespectful. It's seen as like, oh, you're a punk if you let somebody talk to you. Like, these are the things that kind of play in the back of our heads, like probably on repeat.
100%.
But and I think that like if it's taken to that place, like a part of you gets to that place of who are you talking to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not to say that you would say that to your wife or anything like that, but you
feel it.
Right. That's the feeling that it's giving.
So, you know what's so crazy about it? That same scripture where it says, husbands, love your wives. What did it tell the wives to do?
Respect or honor your husband.
Honor and respect your husband.
Yes.
Our love languages are different.
Correct.
Women need affection. Men want affection through respect.
Correct.
If you're showing us respect, you could probably get anything you want from us.
More than likely.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? Like, that's it. All we
Cheat
want.
code given.
Yeah, cheat code given, right? But I like,
Take notes, ladies.
And that goes to the, y'all heard of the word, the power of the P? We know what it is.
Yeah.
It's real.
Influence.
It's influence. At the end of the day, bro, there has been the power. There has been days where I'm gonna be on my best behavior because I want to treat at night.
Yeah, I mean,
let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, the nicest way to say is you want the party to end the way you want it to end.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
so,
nobody wants it to end with a shootout. Like, everybody wants to be like ending in chaos. We want to have a great ending.
Right.
That's hilarious.
I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
That was real.
I get you.
That was real.
You know what I mean? And
Pastor. That was real.
Keeping it real.
And I think that there has to be an understanding that no gender is better than the other. We're just different.
Correct. Yes.
They're just different, right? And I like to use this analogy, and I use this analogy when we're at the men's retreat. I think of men as like an umbrella, right? We're meant to be out in the elements, right? Like if it's raining, I don't want my wife to be in that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want her to be covered. I want her to be protected.
Correct.
And I'm built for being out in the rain. I don't care if I get wet, right? I don't want her to get wet. I want her coming in the house smelling like whatever it is, acid rain, whatever that is, right? Like nobody wants that for their person, right? But in order for an umbrella to be effective, the person has to have someone who's strong enough to hold it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't have a strong spouse that has my back, knows how to communicate, and wants me to be the best version of myself, I can't be held up to do my job. Because we've all seen a storm where there's an umbrella rolling around, and there's no value in that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Rolling around in the wind and the breeze. You know what I'm saying? There's no value in that. It can't do its job.
Right.
But when I'm built to keep you protected, but you're not strong enough, you're not smart enough, and you don't know how to communicate well enough to hold me up so that I want to do my job effectively and live in my purpose, it takes away my value.
Yeah,
Sure.
I like that.
Yes, sir.
I'm working on the building. It's a true foundation. I'm holding on. the beer.